know me, I am Tawny. I am your Fit4MOM San Diego manager, and I'm super excited for you guys all to be here and learn about our new Body Well program. Much like our former Body Back transformation session, this program is going to start off by meeting you right where you are and challenge you to grow from there. You're going to have 16 HIIT workouts throughout the course of the 8 weeks. You're going to receive brand new resource guide, recipe books, journaling pages. You're going to have a weekly challenge. And most importantly, you get the support, encouragement, and accountability from your coaches and fellow session mamas. It's the best part. The beauty of all of this is all of the teamwork driven in. With that, I've got Miss Brittany with me. Wave, Brittany. She's going to be coaching our Monday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. virtual sessions. And Miss Jenny. Wave, Jenny. There she is. Jenny is teaching our 6 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday virtual session, as well as our in-person session in Santee at 6:30 p.m. also on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Both of these ladies are phenomenal coaches, and you cannot go wrong. They are going to be there to hold your hand, support, and guide you all the way through the entire 8 weeks to help lead you to being your very best, strongest mama self. With that, I get to hand over the reins to Miss Jenny, who is going to give you guys all the extra exciting details. Go ahead, Miss Jenny.
Hi guys, I love seeing some of you drinking a glass of wine. I didn't have to grab my water. I was able to take a sip with you, Marion. So I am really pumped about this program, excited to talk about it. I've been digging into this as the content's been released, and the further I dove into it, the more excited I get. So we're launching really soon. Just like Tawny was saying, we'll have a virtual option as well as an in-person option, depending on what works best for you. But what I want to do before I dig in to the nitty-gritty of the content and talking a little bit about ourselves, I wanted to introduce some of our mamas that lived it, experienced it, know what our previous Body Back program was about. They all just finished or have done it consecutively, maybe a few times. And this is something that they're doing again because it's all new content, all new material, and I wanted to bring them on to chat with you guys so you guys can hear firsthand what their experience was like, you know, why they would join an 8-week program like this, what benefits they got out of it. So hopefully if that sings to your heart or your story, you're able to connect with that, because we are just like one big happy mama village. So thank you guys for being on. And I also want to honor your time. So we will first talk about, we'll chat testimonials. We'll talk what Body Well is and maybe who it's for. We're going to talk the Body Well ingredients. So all the nitty gritty, our nice little structure of what's on. We'll briefly go over that because again, I want to honor your time. We'll dig into the nutrition plan a little bit so you can see what that looks like, just a little visual, and get excited about that. A little bit about our workouts. They are going to be different. We had to all go through, all of us former Body Back coaches had to recertify for the Body Boost and Body Well transformation program. Our community, and then open it up for questions. If you want to stay on or type in the chat, you can do that. Camera on, camera off. We'll take you however you are. Kids screaming in the background, we don't care. So I want to start. Brittany, did you want to say anything before I kicked it off to some of the mamas that hopped on with us tonight?
No, but I think we should introduce ourselves. I think that would be good too. Do you want to introduce yourself first since you were talking?
No, you go. I was going to say that I was going to forget about myself. You go.
So I am Brittany. I live in North County, San Diego. I have been an instructor for 2 years. I have a 4.5-year-old, and I have been doing Body Back for 3 years. Body Back and Body Boost have literally changed my life. I went through something super traumatic 3 years ago that completely changed my perspective on life, and my mama village and myself went through some type of transformation that Body Back carried me through. It emotionally, mentally, physically made me the person that I am today. And I couldn't have gone anywhere else but through all of these programs with all of my mom friends. So, and it inspired me to become an instructor on top of it, because I wanted to show all of that love and gratitude to every mom that I was friends with, or every mom that is out there. I feel like it's so important. As a mom, you kind of lose yourself and you kind of get into the nitty-gritty of mamahood and all of the things, and we don't get to focus on ourselves. And this is a way to bring yourself back to it and focus solely on your mental energy and your body, the way that you want to feel. I think Body Well completely sums it up perfectly. The way that they launched the new program is more about body positivity than it is anything else. And I have always been that way. I mean, I rock a bald head because you should feel comfortable in your skin. And I absolutely feel like Body Well does this perfect. So that is a little bit about me. I am teaching the Monday, Wednesday night virtual. And I also teach up in San Marcos too. So if you are ever in North County, I am here. Go ahead, Jenny. Pass it on to anybody you would like.
It's definitely a true wellness transformation, I would call this program. Yes, all of the other, outside, I feel like if you initially come in for weight loss, or, you got a little fluffy over COVID, or the nonstop COVID quarantine that's happening to us, that might have bring you in initially, but I feel like through this program, you're going to gain so much more than that. Kind of all the little missing pieces of balancing fitness, nutrition, and support in your life without being on a diet, without the deprivation, without it being short term. It's more lifestyle changes, and being able to adapt with all of the obstacles and challenges that come our way. I always say it's not perfection, it's progress. Like, progress is perfection, right? One step forward, and whatever that looks like. So just before I guess I'll introduce myself too, and then jump right into a couple of the mamas' stories, and then dig into the content. So my name's Jenny. I have been teaching since I was 18 years old. I fell into the fitness industry through my own personal struggles with just body image. I was always super athletic, but once I got into college at San Diego State, I kind of lost my sense of self, and was always trying to conform to what I thought I was supposed to look like or be, or the body type. So I actually stumbled into the industry and started teaching fitness classes because I thought, hey, I'll get paid to work out. And working out was like an obsession, or started to be. And it actually saved my life. I remember teaching my first fitness class, turbo kickboxing. Anybody remember that? Choreographed. Oh yeah, that was my jam. I got in front of the San Diego State gym of 75 moms on a microphone. I used to want to be a singer, but I had a really bad voice. So I was like, this is my jam. I'm going to be able to yell on a microphone and motivate people. And I just remember it lit my soul on fire. And after that night, I was like, it still gives me goosebumps. I remember this is what I want to do the rest of my life. I don't know what the hell it's going to look like, but I know this is something that I'm passionate about. And I was kind of lost in college with the direction I was going. So I started my own mobile fitness business all through college, and just hustled all over San Diego. I'm from more East County, San Diego, born and raised. And I opened up my first fitness studio by San Diego State when I was 21 years old. And I failed forward. It was, I call it my, my master's degree, my MBA, whatever you want to call it. That's how I learned business. And then I became a mom. And I always wanted to create this community within my women's fitness studio that honestly is like Fit4Mom, but Fit4Mom is on steroids. And then I was just this little baby over here that didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew I had heart and passion for trying to help women and create this community so people didn't have to struggle like I did, feeling so alone on my journey, feeling like I had to do all these fad diets, like I had to punish myself with diet and exercise. And now transforming that role of diet and exercise as healing our body. It's fuel. It makes us feel good. It gives us life. It gives us sanity. It makes us feel more balanced, healthy. So that was kind of where I was back when BK, before kids. And then I had my first daughter, probably a year into me opening my first studio. And I was like, what am I going to do? I work 15-hour days. I ended up opening 2 locations in that same area. Long story short, I realized that was no longer my dream once I started having children. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I still loved what I was doing, but I didn't know how that would transition being home. Once I got home, I felt super isolated. I had 2 under 2, a brand new, my 3rd daughter, and I didn't feel myself. It was my 3rd C-section. I couldn't recognize the body I was in. I wasn't working out. I just didn't feel good. I started running at Lake Murray, and I found this crazy group of moms, and one of the instructor was like on a microphone, whatever those things are called, you know, and I was like, whoever they are, I want to join. I went to a class for free. It was Easter. They were drinking champagne. I'm like, these are my people. Then from there, I realized like, this is something, like, I would love to do this. This is more of the stage of motherhood I'm in. So I started teaching stroller strides, and then was blessed to have the opportunity to work with another franchise teaching body back. And then luckily San Diego gave me the opportunity to start doing virtual and then in person, and honestly coaching these wellness transformation. It's truly my heart. Like I love it so much that I could cry. Like I want to be a part of your story, and I honor where everybody is at. I feel blessed to be a part of each client's story that joins the session, and I'm truly invested because I feel like I've been there. You know, I have different parts of my story that I feel can relate to all of these incredibly strong, amazing women. So I could talk all night, but I'm not going to talk about myself anymore. I want to kick it over to, I'm just going to start with you, Nicole. I have a cool picture of Nicole that I'll screenshot to, oh wait, I can't screen share anything because I'm not the host. Can you possibly switch that, and I'll let Nicole start chatting. So Nicole is a mama of 2 little toddlers, and I met Nicole because she was one of those crazy fitness instructors. And then over COVID, I didn't see her for a couple months, and then she decided to join session. So Nicole, why don't you just give us a brief little minute or 2 about why you joined session and what you got out of it.
Nicole, I think you're on mute, babe.
Hold on. There you are. There you are.
Okay. So I joined session because I was pre-COVID. I was teaching through fitness at the Y, and things were going really great. And and then everything just like shut down. And at first we thought it was just going to be like, like a month or a week or whatever. But then it started becoming like abundantly clear that it wasn't. It was like this was going to go on for a while. And I was kind of in a place where I was like, well, I was kind of in a like a neutral area. Like, what do I do? I'm just gonna hold on and hope that like something comes back, right? Because I don't know how I'm gonna get my workout in with these kids. And then I had this epiphany. It was like, wow, FIT4MOM. That's what I did when my kids were younger. And I was definitely like, yeah, I should get back into that. And I found out that they were teaching body back, and that was something that I'd always wanted to do, but I never really had the chance because my kids were pretty young, and they don't sleep well. I don't know. I got 2 non-sleepers, and that was a lot to ask of my husband. But I think he kind of saw like me struggle through like months of not really getting what I needed, which is really that me time. And so he agreed to let me do body back, and it was incredible. It was definitely like the best choice I made. I'm probably in like the best shape of my life right now. And it was just such a cool program to go through. Jenny's amazing. All the other mamas it was so fun. We all had like mutual goals, like at the root, we're all trying to better ourselves. And just to be in that environment was just, that energy, having that energy to feed off of was just incredible. And I'm definitely hooked because I'm coming back for another session. But it was just really empowering to be around all these women that are, you know, doing something for themselves. They're putting themselves themselves first. They're, you know, taking back some me time, because it's so easy in motherhood to, you know, kind of lose that and think that, you know, our lives have to revolve around our kids. But the truth is that if we're making time for ourselves, we're not being the best mothers we can be, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And I very much feel like I was kind of the stress of having these kids home 24/7, and then on top of that, not having an outlet like a workout or really seeing people, because I'm super extroverted, was really hard. And Body Back just brought it all back into balance for me. Well, Body Well now, but you know. So that was definitely life changing. It was the best decision I've ever made, and I couldn't be happier. And I'm super excited to do another session with Jenny because she's awesome.
So I have to say something about Nicole. So Nicole came in, this is the most, what I felt was like really stuck, what she said. She said, like, I came into this, and Nicole didn't even weigh herself. She did not weigh herself before. She did not weigh herself after. And I was like, you know, most of us are like fixated on the scale. That's just what we're trained to do. We can be obsessed with it. That's why I say, like, break up with the scale. She truly didn't give a heck like what the scale said. She said, all I know is I wake up and I feel good. I want to exercise. I went from barely being able to run a mile to running 5 miles. She literally kicked my butt on Sunday and made me run 5 miles. I was like, the transformation that you have made just in the 8 weeks of like struggling with that 1 mile to this just shows leaps and bounds how we really work from the inside out. And then the rest will fall into place when you work on the inside. So thank you, Nicole. Excited to have you for a new session too. So I will kick it over to, let's do virtual just to mix it up a little bit. Jessie, you're my virtual mama that's on. Jessie, tell us a little bit, just a little highlight of what Jessie's done in-person sessions with me. And then she's also done now her second round of virtual sessions with me. And she's got 2 little girls, also 2 under 2. And she works full time. So Jessie, tell us a little bit about how virtual was for you or your experience, please.
Of course. Thanks, Jenny. So my name's Jessie, and like Jenny said, I have 2 under 2. And so I was not exercising before I had kids, but then I used, you know, my kids as an excuse to not exercise. And obviously, you know, it takes a lot of energy. Those of you who have toddlers know that it takes a lot of energy to keep up with toddlers. So that was the biggest thing for me, is I just knew I needed to do something. I felt like I wasn't able to keep up with my kids. I felt like I would go to the zoo and I would get really exhausted, you know, just walking around the zoo. And it just kind of hit me that, you know, if I want to be the best mom that I can be for my kids, like, I have to be healthy. And I also, you know, like Nicole was saying, I have to dedicate time to myself. So my cousins actually did Body Back with Jenny and ranted and raved about Jenny and the program. And so I did my first session back in January, and I lost 20 pounds from my first session. And so I really felt like, you know, not only physically did I make a huge transformation, but I absolutely fell in love with it. It's the first thing that's ever really motivated me. And so when I went into my second session, that's when COVID hit. So we started in person, and then we kind of ended virtually. And then I just finished my last virtual session, and it just honestly works really well for my schedule. It's very easy for me to wake up early. I don't have to coordinate the kids getting anywhere because everybody's still sleeping. So I just wake up, I do my thing. I have my little routine on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it doesn't feel like I'm burdening my husband with the kids, you know, any longer. So it's been absolutely amazing. I have a total love affair with Jenny and the way she coaches. And it's the first time I've responded really well to somebody coaching me. So I sincerely appreciate all of the, you know, energy that Jenny puts into us. And I really feel like, you know, everybody at Fit4Mom just genuinely cares about seeing me be successful. So I I'm totally bought in and I'm hooked, and I probably am not going anywhere for a very long time.
I'm obsessed with you too. Thank you, Jessie. Beautiful. Now we've got, we're going to go through, I mean, you guys are so amazing for being on. I want to start with Jerry. Jerry just finished our in-person session, and I feel like you might have some good stuff to say.
Oh, well, that's very optimistic of you. All right, let's see. Well, I'll go back really far. I know Lisa Druxman from way back. And so I followed Fit4Mom forever, but I didn't ever commit to taking care of myself either. And earlier this year, I don't know what happened. Tawny sent me a message. I don't even know how you sent me a message like, hey, there's a run club. Or no, maybe I just like fell into it. I'm like, I've always thought I would run, and I've never, ever run. And even though it was virtual, I did it, and I ran a 5K with Marion and Joey, and it was unbelievable, and it was hard. And then so I decided to, then Tawny like accosted me again. Or no, I think it was Tawny and Marion and Joey accosted me again. Watch out. And they said that there was this transformation class, and when I went to it, God bless you, Jenny, there was no champagne. So that I wanna, like, maybe we can work on that. But I've never really committed like that. I went on a trip during it. I drank a lot of wine because I went to wine country, but I felt bad that I would make Jenny look bad because I didn't think I did enough. But what ended up happening was my numbers, I still haven't even used the scale, sorry, but I lost inches. My time on my mile run lost 3 minutes, and I know, right? So, I think for me, I was so inspired, and when I was ready to like quit or not go, it was the team that got me to go, and the commitment to that made a huge difference. And for me also, it was about working out and just doing something for me. I really lost interest in the scale, so that's probably why I still haven't weighed myself. So I probably should, but like it was really just more about just doing something for me and moving my own body, and it felt great.
I remember one night chatting with Jerry, and she was being really hard on herself. She was like, oh, I'm just failing. I'm not doing good enough. Or she was just really kind of not beating herself up a little bit. And I was like, hey, wait a second. Like, look how far you've come. Like, you're, first of all, doing amazing. Second of all, it's not about that, because weight loss can be just a Band-Aid. It's so much deeper than that. So the benefits are exactly what you said: your community, your accountability, your little trio, the 3 musketeers that are also going to be doing this again together and kind of holding each other together, the running, the endurance, like so much more from that. So I'm so glad you got to see how amazing you are by that last assessment, and really show yourself like, I got this. And there's only more to come.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
So you're a part of my story, Jenny.
Oh, that makes you guys, that really fills my heart. Seriously, I think the greatest gift is to be a part of somebody's story. Thank you for telling me that. Marion, are you ready? Your bestie Marion, who recruited you.
Hi guys. So first of all, I'm delighted to be here on another open house. So I'm Marion. This will be my 4th session. So I've done 3 body back. So I'm excited to see how Body Well is different. I guess we all have a story in terms of motherhood and sort of how it changes us. And a couple of people have mentioned it in terms of like making time for themselves and losing themselves. And for me, when I found Fit4Mom like probably around this time last year, but really didn't really fully commit to creating time and coming regularly until probably January of this year. And really, it has changed my life. So I think, like Brittany already mentioned it, you know, but yeah, I totally lost myself as a mom, and sorry, but I've never been a fitness bunny at all, ever. And like kind of always almost made a joke about like exercising. Oh, you know, not for me, purely because it was like a protection technique. And then I remember clearly having this conversation with you, Tony, where I was like, right, I'm not going to do it on my own. Like I knew I wanted to change something. And I was like, right, I know I need somebody to kick my butt, like 100%. And that's why I signed up to the first session. And honestly, I love this village. I love this program. I need the accountability, like 100%. I need it. I have met so many amazing women, and I love that. It's just like, you can lose all the pounds in the world, but what you're going to gain is just beyond that. So like for me, that is what it's all about, 100%. Like, yes, I am so much fitter. I'm so much stronger. Like I look back at pictures of myself from January and I can't believe it. Like I can't believe where I am. I've like taken, like on our first mile assessment, I think I stopped 3 times. Tony's laughing, like I nearly died.
He also
like,
cheated and didn't run the full mile.
True, but I'll pay Letitia for that. But yeah, I nearly died. I like stopped 3 times, like, and I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, and I've from that first time in, I think it was February that we started, to now, I've like knocked like 7 minutes off my time. In the last session, I knocked 2 minutes off my mile time. So like, I was chuffed with that. I've lost like, I think 14 inches. Yeah, you know, it's all the things that we've lost. But for me, it's more about creating a lifestyle and a habit, and setting an example for my kids and being able to keep up with my kids, and just like making healthy choices normal. I don't feel like I'm on a diet, or I feel like I'm like on a program. Like I am taking a week break and I'm enjoying this break, but I also feel like, you know, because of my new lifestyle and, you know, my fitness levels now, you know, I can enjoy some treats in life and stuff. So I'm really excited for this next session and to see how it's going to be different. And yeah, I can't wait to rock it. I definitely feel like the last session I was very distracted by COVID and school and all of that. So I'm looking forward to really getting back to it. And yeah, I'm so glad to be here. So
thank you. Marion's like the sweetest, most supportive and inspiring mama. Always lifting people up, and we love having you in session. And guess what, guys, you're gonna be real excited because now that things are revamped, it's sustainable, it's repeatable. Like the meal plans change every season, so you're never gonna get bored. You're always gonna want to come back for more. Okay, last but not least, Joey, I know you're with your sweet little son. Do you want to say any last little words? I don't even feel like I need to even go into this content. I think you guys just said it all.
I can talk a little bit if he lets me, hopefully. So I'm Joey. I joined FIT4MOM January of this year, just before everything went crazy. I just happened to decide to go to a body back drop-in in Point Loma with Tawny, and it happened to be the beginning of a session, and I think she might have twisted my arm just a little bit about, hey, you should just do session. Let's try it. Why not? You're the only ones here. Like, do session. It'll be fun. And so I did the initial assessments, and yeah, we might have cheated a little bit on the mile, but it was just because of direction confusion. That's all. But I was not prepared, and kind of it put it into perspective of like, this is why I want to do it. Like Marion said, it was tough. It was crazy to try and do push-ups after not working out for so long and trying to run. And I've never been a runner. And then after that first 8 weeks, I was kind of hooked. I put all of the practices into it and kind of let the scale go by the wayside, and just kind of stuck with it. And the crew that joins Body Back sessions are just amazing. The coaches are amazing. The whole thing is just great for having like-minded people that want the same things out of life. They want mom time and they want to better themselves. And you need to sit still, please. And I think this next session is now my 5th session. So I've done 3 live and 2 virtual. Got the best of all the worlds, I guess. Also did 2 runs. So it's just an amazing jumping off point for yourself and for your fitness goals and just for your overall mental health. Like Nicole said, you can't pour from an empty cup, and FIT4MOM programs have been doing amazing things for all of us, and there's no limit to what we can say about good things. And just trust the process, trust everything. You won't regret the decision.
And that's all, folks. And have a great night. And I think that's all she wrote. No, just kidding. I will dig into a little bit, but I think you guys have really hit on like who is Body Well for. It's for any body, literally any body. You don't have to be a certain size, shape, a certain part in your journey. We meet you where you're at, and we honor where you're at and honor your story, honor your journey, honor your goals. Everybody's completely different, and what people get out of this, obviously, and their experiences are all very different, but also hopefully very positive and life-changing, even if it's one little thing that you get out of it. So the program we'll dig into just a little bit. To honor your time, I'll try to go super quick. I do want to show you all these goods real quick to get you pumped up, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. So the program, as you've heard, is a combination of being results-based, total body. You have your interval training, your workouts. You have the nutritional guidance based on 3 pillars now. So it breaks it into 3 pillars of nutrition. You have a recipe guide, which I'll dig into the 3 pillars in just a sec when I show you all that. The recipe guide, we have Sunday reflection emails. We have weekly challenges that come out on Monday. And then you have literally daily guidance from your coach. So no matter what age your kids are, you deserve that mom, me time. You deserve it, even if they're grown, even if they're out of your house. That this program is ultimately going to take your mind, your body to the next stage of your wellness journey. So whatever that means for you, it's literally a true wellness transformation from the inside out. So we talked about who it's for. Obviously, you're all in different parts of some have young kids, some have older kids. I know some of the moms that have already joined sessions. Some kids are high school, out of their home. It's for anyone. What is Body Well? More than just a workout, guys. So some people can come into this thinking like, oh, I'm just getting these amazing, like exclusive, a little bit more private workouts. And it's more than just a weight loss program. It's a mental and cognitive transformation as much as it is weight loss. So it's literally taking like your brain and reframing, retraining those neural pathways so that you can have a better relationship with nutrition, you can have a better relationship with exercise, and a better relationship with yourself. Diets, as we know, do not work. It's also how to eat more balanced for your entire family. It's not just about you meal prepping for yourself. This is balance for your whole family. Also how to use a support system to benefit you in the way that you need it most. So we're going to dig into the Body Well ingredients. So I'm going to show you that because we have a client guide, a whole new client guide, and we're going to check that out right now. I also would like to say while I share this, that we truly want to transform moms from the inside out at Fit4Mom. Like, it's not just about, hey, we want these awesome before and after pictures. I think those just happen. Those just happen. We don't try to do that. That just happens because you guys are so amazing. So this is the brand new, it's like this beautiful Kajabi where you'll have a login and you'll have access. It gives you step-by-step. Once you hit start cooking, it says welcome, here's a video, boom, you're on to the next task. So here's your welcome. Here's step-by-step the importance of self-care. This is what I mean by it's much more than just a diet and an exercise plan. The mental and the physical part of it, how diets don't work, real food for your active family, so feeding your entire family and your support system. So the number one pillar, can you guys all see this? I think we're good. Yes, okay. So number one pillar is nutrition dense foods. So we dig into what that means, eating nutrition dense foods. And even guide to purchasing produce. What does organic mean? What's the difference between organic fruits, vegetables, meat? What do I look for? Pillar 2, whole foods. What are whole foods? What does that mean? Grains, proteins, and a guide to even animal protein quality. Like I was talking about how we hear all these things about poultry, eggs, you know, hormone-free, organic, all of those things. And then last, I mean, you'll get to dig into this later, simple ingredients. So making it simple. Fats, oils, better is best. And then establishing eating healthy habits. We'll get into this body well journal. That's the other screen share. I'll do it for just a second because it's so amazing as far as keeping you accountable and in touch with your coach. Daily recommendations, hydration. You'll have a habit tracker for planning your meals and then tracking your success, timing your meals, what's the science behind that, how to tell if you're hungry, getting in touch with your body and truly your intuition, which will change your body and change your mindset, how to tell if you're, dare I say how to tell if you're hungry, eating at restaurants, right? A restaurant guide. Yes, we talk alcohol. I mean, a glass of wine, balance, never hurt nobody. We break it down. We break it down. And then of course, our favorite brands at Fit4Mom that we love as far as food goes. So as far as the recipes go, that's what's next inside this guide after you go step by step into these. We also break these down weekly, like I said, weekly challenges. So we really get into this content for you. So don't be overwhelmed by it. Be excited by all the incredible content that you're going to be delivered by all of these experts. A team of dietitians went through and dug into this meal plan for you. Every single recipe was finally combed through. Vegetarian options, they go with the seasons. So we are in fall, so you might see more like soups, stews versus like the summer recipes. What's fresh, what's in season, what's local, animal protein. So those are vegetarian breakfast options. And then you have animal protein breakfast options. I mean, guys, like freaking incredible. Multiple pages of that. So you talk about that. And then I want to get into the journal. Okay. So that's like your database of keeping it simple. And then this is your journal. Everybody will print this journal right here. I see you, Jesse. Hold on. Okay. Body Well Journal. So this is brand new. We've never had this before, and we've never been so detailed in our content, from daily posts to weekly, to our new beautiful website at Fit4Mom. So this is your goal tracker. Of course, we're going to be setting those SMART goals, because in order to achieve what you want, you got to know what you want. It's got to be attainable, realistic, timely. Of course, we're going to do that, because even if you set goals, you know, 8 weeks ago, they're very different now, right? Based on where you're at in your life, and life is constantly changing, and we got to be adaptable. This is for your assessment that we will do before and after. So we will do this Tuesday, session 1, or Monday if you are with Brittany, or whoever you're coaching, depending on when you're listening to this. And we do our kickoff measurements. The assessments are also brand new, different than what you've done before. We do them at the kickoff session, and we do them at the final session, which are really cool. So we do measurements and then also your physical assessment every single week. So like I said, you get your Sunday reflection email. So you're reflecting on the past week, and then you're also screenshotting your little tracker, I'll show you in a sec, and sending that to your coach based on your progress. And then you're having reflections, so you know how you did that week. Every single week's different. This is your habit tracker. Nicole just downloaded hers and she pointed out, she was like, I love that you added this daily win. Yes. So it's what your plan is, right? Because in order to get what you want, you need to have a plan. If you leave it to hunger, I promise you, you're not going to be disciplined enough to surpass your kids' mac and cheese and pizza and chicken nuggets if you don't have a healthy meal that you already know that you're going to eat. That's the game plan, is to plan ahead, just like anything we do in our life. You don't know where you're going unless you know where you want to be. So this is very cool. And then as you accomplish your breakfast, you're going to put a check mark in the right-hand corner. You're going to feel those wins every single day. You're going to look at water movement and, of course, mark those daily wins. So that's basically this is going to be the journal that you have with you and that you send to your coach. So you send a snapshot of this, you send it to your coach on Sunday night. And then we also do daily check-ins throughout the week. So what else did I want to break down? Assessments, SMART goals, weekly reflections. You got your habit tracker, this support element. Okay, so the support element is beyond what you could ever possibly need. From the emails that you'll get Sundays for reflection, to the Monday challenges, to daily, we have a Facebook, a private group that we will create. It's already actually created. So we check in with each other through social media, and then also through text message. So you could be one-on-one with your coach. It'll be collective in a group setting. This session, I'm also going to incorporate the element of the group text. I got to play with it a little bit, but like WhatsApp, you know, right? It's like group. I think that's what it's called. I got to get a little more savvy. But we'll do all of those things to make sure that you're never feeling like you're falling behind, that you always know somebody's got your back. We have your back, whether it's your coach, whether it's the other women that are joining session with you. And the hardest part might be showing up, but once you get there, it's going to be the best time of your life because you're without children. It's for you, and you're going to feel awesome because that's just the endorphin boost of sweating. Guys, I think that's it. I guess sometimes we come into these, I feel like we always start something new, not the women that have been in this before. I mean, it actually is new for them too, but I feel like we always come into new things, whether it be a job, a career, you're jumping into a challenge, you're facing a fear. We always start in a place of scared and not really knowing what to expect. But when you embrace that, beauty and everything you've ever wanted, I promise you, is on the other side. If you have a positive outlook, lead with that fear and know that it's excitement. Trust your gut. If your gut is telling you you need this, like do this for you, do it. And that's all I got. Any last words from anyone else? Anybody? Or questions? Sorry if you heard my husband yelling in the background. He's Italian. He's not yelling at anybody, I swear. He's just freaking loud.
I have a question.
Go, Jerry.
Because I'm an over planner and I print everything, when can I get a hold of some things, Connie?
Oh,
I think
it should be in your email.
I think Brittany sent it to you today.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
It was sent at 2:30 today.
Nicole already downloaded it and printed it.
I know, I'm like, wait, why didn't Nicole get it before me?
And I checked. You're on the email list, so you should have gotten it.
I'll check in. And I was
So the difference-
I was working all day, so thank you.
I did try to get it earlier. If it makes you feel better, I haven't even gotten the email yet because it's freaking me out.
Thank you.
I will say, so you'll print that weekly reflection and habit tracker, because that'll be essential, and that has your assessment in it. It has your goal tracker. So that's your little book that you'll make. And then the recipes, what's really cool about the new site through Kajabi is it's friendly with your phone. So iPhone, tablet, whatever you have, it's very user-friendly as far as accessing like the recipe ideas and videos and guides and all of those things. So you shouldn't have to print like 100-page book anymore. I mean, unless you want to, Jerry.